Liz the situation. What I can say is that I think that young girls should follow Liz because I followed Liz and it changed my life. I didn't come from anything. Now, did I get married a guy who owned a company, or did anyone hand me $10,000? No, nobody handed me anything. Nobody handed me anything. Nobody handed me anything. But that's not what Liz is teaching. When has she ever said, sit on your ass, look pretty, and get handed 20 grand by a rich old man? No, she's never ever said that. The only thing that Liz has encouraged you to do is be the best possible version of yourself. Hold your character high, hold your self-esteem high, get better. That's the only thing she has ever wanted anyone to do. That's what I've done. Whenever I was 15 is the first time I ever heard Liz, and I was, just a young kid, no guidance. Hi, I'm in the ground in my bathroom because this is the only place where I can get peace and quiet. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about the Wizard Liz and why what she's doing is right and why people are treating her so badly. So if you notice, like, after everything that happened with Landon, like, if you notice, the whole internet, when he got exposed for cheating, turned against Liz and whatnot, saying that she didn't live by what she preached, which is really crazy for me. And things started coming out calling her a gold digger and things of the such. But what I really feel is that people are just upset with Liz because she's still winning even after all this bad experiences have happened to her, like getting cheated on, getting pregnant by a crazy ass American guy who turns out to be racist and stuff, like all this stuff, getting burglarized, money stolen from her, taken advantage of, like all this stuff is happening to her, yet she's still standing strong. She still has money, she still has her platform, she still has her sponsorships, she still has her dignity, which is driving people nuts because they're not used to a woman being torn apart left and right day to day and still standing so tall. I think that it has a lot to do with also the fact that she's obviously beautiful, and is like making good money, because those two things, like, people are automatically jealous of. So that can be very upsetting for the public to see that. They also see that the path that she's walking is different from the path that our mothers have walked, our ancestors have walked. Speaking from experience, you grow up being told that you're nothing, being abused day in and day out. So your self-esteem is so low. All of our self-esteems are so low. Then you get to the point where you start craving that romantic, intimate connection, right? Intimacy. And you think that you found somebody, right? And you look past the personality traits. You look past them not having a job. You look past all of these things and you get blinded by love. Listen, the path that she is walking, look and pay attention, because what she's doing, getting up and leaving, is something that our mothers never did. We're not used to having and seeing a woman have the strength to get up and leave. That's what is making people go nuts, is that she's strong enough to do that. We're used to seeing our mothers get disrespected, right? And stay in a bad relationship, stay in a toxic environment, and live their entire lives like that. If they're not living their entire lives like that, they live at least 18 years of their lives like that. Also, what I want to say is also, in this day and age, women are told that the best thing that you can do is have a child, which is completely true. Like, I think that having a child is amazing, it's beautiful, it's necessary, it's more than just having a child, right? This has like cultural impacts, this has societal impact, it's why we're all here, right? But the thing is if you tell women the best thing they will ever do is have a child, when something goes wrong with this child, it rips and strips the mother of everything. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. The reason you guys are so mad that she's walking out of the situation is because your mother sat there and struggled and taught her kids to struggle, so the cycle continued and continued and continued. She's actually breaking these cycles. Listen, she's not obeying to the fact that having a kid is the greatest thing she will ever accomplish. Now, I don't know what her personal beliefs are. Like, obviously, we all see that she loves her child. We all see that she has a kid, like, misses her child, needs her child, and wants her child. But we are not, like, you're not realizing that she's breaking this pattern that's like the best thing a woman can ever do in her entire life is have a kid. She's breaking that. She's ending that. Like, she's continuously breaking patterns. I think that, like, a woman being torn and destroyed in the public eye, everyone turning on you, against you at once, is like probably one of the craziest things that could happen to anybody. Like, that much hate, and like the fact that she has enough backbone, enough, I don't even know, it's more than self-esteem, it's more than pride, it's more than it's more than courage. I don't know, the fact that she's still going and able to post and you know, she comes on here and she's making her funny jokes and she's making her point and proving her point and speaking her story. That's amazing. That is resilience. Like, obviously we don't see, you know, behind the screen, we don't see her in her house day and night. We don't see her crying. We don't see her pain from missing her child. We don't see all the anguish that's coming with the situation. All we are seeing is what she wants us to see. But I think that this is the biggest takeaway, is that we can all learn from this. Whatever she's going through, she's being so public about it because we can all learn from this. This is something that we can all learn from. We can all, now we know, like, falling in love is human nature. I don't know why anyone thought that she was above falling in love, because she's not. Every person has the ability and capability to fall in love. Every person can higher, lower their standards. Every person, we can feel that intuition in our guts. Like, we all have that, and we all know what it feels like to be so blindsided and love something so much. It's literally human nature. I don't know why you put a human on a pedestal above humans. That doesn't make any sense to me. And this is a common day-to-day thing on the internet, where you guys idolize these people, and then when they are human, you get mad at them. When they make mistakes, you want them to be real, you want them to be honest, but then when they struggle, when they complain about their money, when they talk about their insecurities, when they have problems personal in their lives, when they're not 100% perfect all the time, you guys go nuts. Like, I genuinely, I don't understand that, because we're all capable of making the same mistakes. People claiming that she got her start from being a gold digger. First of all, you're just calling her a gold digger because she is a woman, and I think it's pretty obvious that she's not a gold digger, because listen to me, she has millions and millions of views, sponsorships galore, and do you really think this woman, all her money is coming from a man? and people are saying, okay, that's how she got started. I need people to, you're speaking your privilege. You're speaking your privilege. When you come from a war-torn country, have to go into refuge where your parents have nothing, please humble yourself. Please imagine this. Okay, now you're 18 and it's time to get your life started. So some people in this life, they get handed money from their parents, right? And then some people have to work to get by, to get what they want in life. I saw a clip about her sister Sabina talking about her working at McDonald's. And you want to know why it's gonna blow your guys' minds, is that she worked at McDonald's and she was beautiful and still funny, and she went through hardships and she made it out alive. That's the crazy thing. So when you are sitting here and you're saying, oh, she got all her money from a man without any proof of this man or whatever, you need to remember that when you say things like that, you're speaking of your privilege, honestly, because most people do not have their parents handing them all the money. I don't understand this at all. I don't understand this in the slightest. Sorry, my sister's texting me. My life didn't start to change until I started listening to Liz. I would listen to Liz every morning. I started waking up at 5 in the morning. I started eating better. I was severely overweight. I lost so much weight. I had no money. In high school, I started working a full-time job, and I would listen to her. Before every interview, I would listen to her to have the confidence to go talk to people. Like, these are all things that I didn't have to learn from my parents. My parents never told me, pick yourself up off the ground and start to work, start to better yourself, value yourself. They never told me that. But you know who did? Liz did. So when you're in this continuation, when you're judging and when you're thinking, please don't think so narrowed. One person, first of all, should never be judged the way that she's been judged, but also take it as a thank you letter that she's making this public and showing us, so now we know when we are in the same situation where we have a choice to live in misery, we don't, and we choose to walk away and stand up for ourselves with our self-esteem and dignity. That's something that we were not taught. So this is a lesson that I just wanted to share. This is what I wanted to share. And I'm gonna probably start making these videos more. Because like, I just want to make these videos. Also, because I'm going to college and I need to pay rent now. Also, she's gave me the courage to pay my own rent at this age, and like to not give up, because at this age I'm in college. I go to a school that predominantly like parents pay for these kids' tuition. Now I'm gonna be in tuition. There's gonna be debt. She's giving me the confidence to always take these risks. Not only her, a lot of other women like Martha Stewart. Is gonna sound weird. Like, that's what I don't think you guys understand, is that when you choose yourself, you're not only choosing yourself, you look back and you look at your mother when you choose yourself. When you choose yourself, you look back and your mother and your grandmother looks at you and they smile, okay? When you choose yourself, your mother, your grandmother, and your great-great-grandmother, and so beyond, they look at you and they smile because you are no longer suffering. You're breaking the curse completely. Okay, that's it with the video.